You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome back into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. Zach Blackerby here with Auburn linebacker Chandler Wooten. You got a weekend off. You said you were going to watch a lot of college football, visit with friends and family. How'd that go for you, man?
Man, it was awesome, just to have a week off, just to spend time with family. I went home, just to see my mom and dad and my brothers. And so, I have my son with me. So, it was a good time, just to have time, actually watch some football, so it was a good weekend.
Yeah. Family's pretty important to you. I mean, your mom has been very supportive. She has become very beloved by the Auburn fan base. And like you said, you've got a kiddo. I mean, what does it mean to kind of spend these moments with folks like that?
Yeah, no, it means everything, especially, this being my last year, trying to soak it all up and, just having my son here, I just want them, just be able to have these memories, for a long time. And so, obviously, like you said, my mom, I've been my biggest fan. And I just love to see, how she supports me. And it's just wild how it's taken off on social media, just how much following she's starting to get and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool. And, I'm just trying to enjoy it the best I can.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I've got a soft spot for some of the stuff that you share on Instagram and socials with you and your our kids are the same age. So I just can't really, that's gotta be so cool to like finish up a game. Then you get to go, celebrate after a big win. I mean, that's gotta be pretty cool.
Man, that's the best.
I bet.
Like it's better than, going to a party or anything like that. Like just, even after practice, just coming home and like, just to see the smile on his face, just to hang out with him and, just be a dad and, decompress and stuff like that. Like that's the best outlet for me. And so I'm just having fun, man.
Has it changed how you approach the game? I know with me, it changed how I look at work. It's not just something you do. It's how you provide, right? Has it changed how you prepare for games and execute and watch film and even class stuff? I mean, it's had to have, right?
No, definitely. Like from the moment I found out I was having a chance, just my entire mindset changed. Like you understand, being a father just changes your whole entire perspective. Like the things you thought were important before are no longer important. It's just all about, trying to provide for him and my family. So, I really can't have no bad days, like I only have a certain amount of days left. And so just trying to, lock in and, try to, do what I can do, to, better our future.
You mentioned it's your last year. And I mean, you've had 3 or 4 games that have just been rock solid. I mean, it seems like you're getting more tackles every single week and you're putting it all in the field. What do you attribute to that? I mean, do you attribute, we talked about last week, the defense kind of taking time to kind of mold into what Derek Mason wants it to be. Is it just reps in that system? Is it things just kind of coming together? What is it from your perspective there?
Man, I feel like it's a lot of things. Just like I said, having a year off, I feel like I came back a smarter player, and that allows you to play a lot faster. Still trying to learn, the defense in and out, from the spring and the summer, and, it's a new system. So it takes some people a lot longer, but I feel like, I was able to have a pretty, good grasp on the defense and the schemes and stuff. And so, now I'm just able to, go out there and cut it loose. Like this being my last year, it's like, there's no redos, like you don't get it next year. You don't get, like more guaranteed time. So it's like, I got to, maximize what I got right now, maximize every opportunity on. It's only going to get better from here, obviously, hoping to get on back this week. And so, just, things like that. Like when somebody goes down, it's everybody else's job, step up. And so, I just had to, start playing some really good ball.
Sure. If Owen does come back, and it sounds like all signs are pointing that he's going to, what does that do for the rotation? Will we see 3 linebacker sets? Will you guys just switch out more? What do you think that'll look like?
Yeah, no, obviously, would allow us, put, more linebackers on the field, as well as rotate. I mean, that's something you want to do. You don't necessarily want, your linebackers playing, 90 plus snaps every week. That takes a toll on you, after a certain amount of time. And so, just having guys fresh, being able to have a plan to win in the fourth quarter, I think that's important. And so, having a guy like him back, somebody who's extremely smart, able to put guys in position to make plays, and command the defense the way he can. I think it'll only, make our whole entire defensive unit better.
You guys this year have not played a team like Ole Miss and a quarterback like Matt Corral. I mean, he's had an incredible start to his season so far. I mean, with the exception of one game, he's been lights out, both with his arm, both with his legs. How do you defend a guy like that?
Yeah, it's extremely tough. It's difficult. But, you got to have a good plan. Obviously, like you said, he's able to beat you with his arms and his legs as well. And so I think, things we have to do, we've all got to, be able to communicate well. I think that's going to be a key for us. That's something we struggled with early on in the season. And I think it's only gotten better, as weeks have gone on. But communication is going to be extremely key. With how fast they go, we've got to be ready to line up. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just do their job. That's what it really comes down to, a lot of times, on film, you see, their explosive plays, and, it's just one guy out of position, and that's all it takes with this offense. And so we all got to be on our feet.
I know just watching him play Tennessee a few weeks ago, it seemed like every time it was like 3rd and long, it's just he was going to get a run. He was going to get a run for like 15 yards. And I think that's been something that's been really overrated or underrated, with him is his ability to run on 3rd and long and move the chains. It seems like Ole Miss is so good on 3rd and 4th down. Is that something you can emulate in practice, or is that just kind of something you got to mentally prepare for and you just hope you execute on Saturday?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that we can emulate, a lot better than maybe most teams can, having a guy like Demetrius Davis running the ball, for us. And so I think we will be able to get a pretty good look, at somebody who's able to run like that. But, it's different in the game, and, he's not really your typical quarterback when he runs, he runs strong, he runs tough, like a running back almost. And so, last week, he slid a lot more, for whatever reason. But, he runs tough, he runs hard. It's just hard to account for a guy like that, and they make you play like 11 on 11, with that quarterback run. And so, we got to be ready to fit it, we got to be ready to knock the ball down.
Sure. Absolutely. What do you got? We talked about you guys watching football as fans during bye weeks, and that's something that you don't really get to do as much when you play D1 football, obviously. But what does the team look at like when you watch a team like Penn State after you guys played them, and they lose a game like that? I mean, the fans are like, "Oh, okay, maybe that hurts Auburn's resume a little bit." Do y'all pay attention to things like that? Do you guys kind of hope that those teams continue to be good and kind of develop as well after you play them?
Yeah, not necessarily, just simply for the fact that, this is college football. Like any given week, anybody can lose, and that's one thing about this season. Like it's pretty wide open. So It's like every single week you got to bring, your best. And if you don't, you're capable of losing. Like that's college football. And so, I think we understand that. And as well as, just understanding like from this point on, it really doesn't matter, what anybody else does, it's about us. And, as long as we do what we got to do, we'll position ourselves to, achieve everything we want to achieve, when the season started. And so that's kind of where we're at with it.
I think a lot of people forgot, and I'll lump myself into this, forgot about the new overtime rules after, that second inning, second inning. Wow. I'm in World Series mode right now, Chandler, but
me too. I'm not mad at you.
Sure. No, for sure. But after that second overtime that, they go to 2-point conversions. Is that something that's practiced? Do y'all game plan for that just in case it does get to that point? Or is it just so unlikely to happen you'll worry about that when it happens?
Yeah, I think it's something that you prepare for. It's not something you really work on a week-to-week basis. But, I think once you get to those 2-point conversion plays, obviously you've got defense and offensive plays, for those kind of situations. So I think once you get to that point, it's just about situational football, being able to master that. And that's something we work on every week. So I think that's important.
Last thing, I'll let you go, man. But Jordan Hare, top 10 team coming into town, 6:00 under the lights. This is why you came to Auburn, right?
No doubt. Obviously it's a great opportunity for our team, to have a top 10 team coming into our building. Obviously we had a bad taste in our mouth, after the last time, we were at home. So we're looking forward to get back in front of our fans. Obviously it's going to be an electric atmosphere, night game versus Ole Miss, with a elite play caller, elite offense, and a defense that's playing really well right now. So, it's going to be a good test for us. We got to have a great week of practice and preparation. And so, go out there and play our best football. So I look forward to it.
Awesome, man. Chandler, thank you so much for your time as always. We'll talk again next week. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.